News.
A lot of dealing with that is perspective. You can be a problem person or a solution person.
A lubricator or agitator?
Really help you get you through. Speaking of a lubricator agitator, let's talk about the New York Jets. Releasing Le'Veon Bell after failing to find a trade partner for the running back. According to Fox Bet, the Bears are the favorite to sign him at plus 350.
Oh, now that's an interesting place to go. They have the Montgomery kid. They need another offensive. Le'Veon's a good receiver. They could use another back. That's an interesting place. Matt Nagy's also clever, so Matt Nagy, give him a couple weeks, can figure out how to use him.
I like him with the Bears. The Steelers have the second best odds at plus 500. Then the Browns at plus 650. The Chiefs at plus 700. And the Bucks at plus 750.
Bucks don't need him. They got Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette and Shady.
The Steelers is very interesting. I don't know about that. They
have Snell.
They would go back there. He only played in 2 games this season, obviously due to the hamstring injury. Had 19 carries for 74 yards. I think Le'Veon Bell has a lot of football left to play. I think he was the best he could be in New York, considering the circumstances. He was always a good soldier. He was always talked about in trade conversations.
Players like him. Darnold likes him.
Players like him. I think he should stay with the Steelers. I think the Steelers was the best place for him.
Yeah.
Everything that Emmanuel was just talking about, where you are matters. Sometimes a little bit more money seems like the way to go in that situation, and all of us want to get paid what we're worth, and
I
want
would
to cash in. And
I'd like to see what Matt Nagy does with him in Chicago. That's an interesting place to go.
Well, at this Wednesday's press conference, Adam Gase was asked if he agreed with the perception that the team misused Bell on offense, and Gase said it was irrelevant at this point.
Well, it may be relevant if he goes to Chicago and has a great last 7-8 games. It won't be so irrelevant.
That quote could turn on you very quickly.
Yeah.
So the Braves continue to roll through the postseason, but the Dodgers kept it close in Game 2 of the NLCS. Atlanta was up 7-0 when the Dodgers started to get the offense going with the 3-run homer from Corey Seager in the 7th. And with a score of 8-3 in the bottom of the 9th, the Dodgers came all the way back within one with a runner on third and win 2 outs.
Yep.
But grounded out to end the game and fall to 0-2 in the series. Game 3 is tonight at 5 Eastern on FS1.
And they are allowing fans into these games. So you between the little piped-in crowd noise and between the fake fans and some of the fans, it's good. It's a good watch.
I think we at Fox do an amazing job.
Unbelievable. Joe Buck called a home run the other day.
Yeah.
And I was like, felt like 7th game of the World Series in a packed stadium. Could not tell.
We're the best.
We are. We're very good. Our production here is very good.
It really is. It's so good. Like, it's not affected my viewing experience at all.
I had this exact conversation this morning with everybody on the team. And I'm like, it's nothing against the fans. I was watching the Raiders-Chiefs. And there was, there's some fans sprinkled in. And it might as well have been I forget. I thought the NFL was going to look weird. But you know what? You put fake fans in the end zone. You sprinkle a few fans around. I watched the Texas-Oklahoma game, and I'm like...
Joel and I were just talking about it after the interview, and, I was asking him how it was there, and he was like, it would be, wish, obviously, because it was such an amazing game, that it was a full house. And I was like, honestly, watching from home, it felt like a full house.
It did.
I didn't even think about it. Obviously, we all know that fans aren't there, and we, of course, want everything to get back to normal, and fans are a huge part of the game. But as far as viewership goes, I mean...
It all started with the MLS in Orlando.
Yep.
And I remember watching the first couple of nights, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay with this.
Yeah, MLS really was the test.
Yeah.
Because they were the first to come back, and it was like, all right, how's this going to look?
But you know what they did in Orlando? It's funny. What they did in Orlando is they had these big boards on the side with nothing on them, and they put, ads on them.
Yeah.
So if you were there, it looked odd. But on television, it's like what a local weatherman does. They're standing behind a green screen.
Yeah.
And that's what the MLS did, I was told. And so on television, but I imagine if you were there, it just looked like giant blank boards everywhere.
Even the NBA, I had no idea what to aesthetically expect. But
home run.
After 1 or 2 games, I was used to it, and then I never thought about it again. It was just a new normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, speaking of the NBA, Kevin Durant's an already dominant Golden State team. He joined an already dominant Golden State team in 2016, won 2 championships. He's been criticized for taking the easy road to his titles, but he doesn't see it that way and is still defending his decision to join the Warriors.
No. What does that even mean? I go through every rep at 100% speed. I can understand if I didn't play well at all, but I played the best that I can play in both finals for that team. So I felt like I got up every day and held myself to a championship elite player standard, and I reached it 98% of the time in practice and games and shoot around. Yeah, I earned that.
I'm so tired of this conversation. I really am. I understand he joined the Warriors and they were good before he got there, but like, cry about it. Okay, the Warriors drafted that team. They're just better at putting together teams than you are.
Would you and I be better off if we worked for a company that didn't have a history of doing really good television? Why do we choose to work here? Because they have a history of doing good TV. When people in sports choose better team, when Robinson Cano left the Mariners, he left the Yankees for the Mariners. Now, then I was like, that's not smart, okay? Because that one team wins a bunch of World Series titles, and the other team finishes in third a lot. Like, I'll criticize a guy if they take money to go to a bad organization. But if you're going to elevate, and you've already been a winner, but you're like, I want to play with this roster will make me more efficient, I'll have your back 1,000 out of 1,000 times.
You know, Kevin Durant could have not gone there and never won a championship
and
in
then
his
we'd be
career.
killing him.
And then everyone would be talking about how great he is, but he's never won a championship. By the way, he left that team, went to Brooklyn, okay? So now he has to overcome that situation, which is a good situation, but he's now responsible for getting them to a finals and winning a championship. It's like, you don't have it hard enough in life already. You got to add extra obstacles to reach greatness. Like, miss me with it.
Yeah.
He and as he said, and he's right, he earned it. He was great. It's not like they carried him to those finals.
Good stuff, Joy, with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
Danny Green of the Lakers. He's got another one. 2 years, 2 titles. He's joining us next live. Going to the grocery stores on everybody's list. It's not everybody's favorite thing to do. And if you like your protein, but you don't always want to get in your car and drive there to get it, Butcher Box is the place. They make accessing high-quality meat easier and more affordable than ever. They source their meat from farms with the best practices, ensuring the meat, the protein is humanely raised. No hormones ever or antibiotics. Organic chicken, heritage breed pork, grass-fed, grass-finished beef, fresh-caught seafood like scallops and salmon. Salmon's great. They have over 20 different cuts of meat to choose from. Boxes shipped overnight directly to you. It's ice cold. It's perfect. Right now, if you sign up at butcherbox.com/herd, butcherbox.com/herd, 2 free lobster tails and 2 free filet mignons. How about that? Got to go first, though. Butcherbox.com/herd. High quality protein, more affordable than ever. ButcherBox.